Oh, Chung? Oh, he's here. Oh. Oh, he's probably sitting right out there. We're not on at all? Oh, okay. That stinks. I had a couple good syllables to say. Oh well. They'll wait till later. Yeah. We're good.
You guys ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the North California Backstreet
Boys and girls.
We are proud to present the 2018 Little League Intermediate World Series. Today's game features the Southwest Region champions of Midland, Texas, Mid-City Little League. In the Southeast, region champions from Boynton Beach, Florida, West Boynton Beach Little League. Please join me in welcoming the volunteer partner of today's meeting. Behind the plate, Mr. Ryan Sayre. At first base, Mr. P.J. Snyder. At second base, Mr. Ron Holden. At third base, Mr. Juan Serrano. And at the field, Mr. Jeff Works. And in right field, Mr. Sam Griffin. Now, for the players. From Mid-City Little League, number 7, Dawson Bullard.
Number 12, Jake Cunningham. Number 5, Marcos Davila. Number 19, Toby Delk. Number 2, Jace Martinez. Number 1, Dax Panton. Number 3, Andrew Prado. Number 18, Eli Price. Number 21, Josh Reed. And number 11, Christian Wiggins. The manager is Cesar Davila. Coaches, Jubal Reed and Ryan Bullard. And now the players from West Boynton Beach Little League. Number 7, Samuel Hawk. Number 4, Olivia Kleins. Number 2, Jeffrey Walker. Number 12, Lance Martin. Number 1, John Lee. Number 6, Dean Polamini. Number 9, Brandon Dames. Number 3, Ryan Shiflett. Number 5, Chase Calloway. Number 10, John Arancibia. And number 8, Tristan Rucker. And the manager, Michael Stay. Coaches, Charles Shiflett, and Tally Walker. Now, if we would all face left center field, remove your hats, gentlemen. Fans, please rise, remove your hats. We are going to have the national anthem sang by Lindsay Peters, local Livermore resident and realtor, and a former Nashville recording artist. Lindsay, it's all yours.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Well done, Lindsay. Players, remain where you are. Keep your hats off. And join me in saying the Little League Pledge. I trust in God. I love my country and will respect its laws. I will play fair and strive to win. But win or lose, I will always do my best. Thank you. All right, players, to your dugouts. Managers, meet with the umpires near home plate.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Maxbury Park in Livermore. We apologize for some technical difficulties in delay in getting us back online here. Hopefully everybody stayed with us. So tonight we have a matchup of winners bracket finals. Southwest Regional Champions from Midland, Texas are facing Southeast Regional Champions from West Boynton Beach Little League. The winner of this game, very, very important game, the winner of this game gets an entry into the Saturday United States Championship. And they'll meet the winner of the game tomorrow between District 57 and the loser of this game. So a very important game to save pitching, and if you're in this situation, you're going to want to win this game tonight and get into that championship game on Saturday. Tonight's going to be a very special night. We're going to get a chance to watch a young lady from Florida start the game as pitcher. So we're all excited about that. I'm joined in the booth again by Ed Hugo. Ed, this is a game we've been looking forward to for a few days now, and I'm very excited about it. I know you are too. What do you think about this matchup tonight?
Well, Rick, I think this is going to be a good close game. I think these teams are evenly matched. Of course, everyone's eyes will be on Olivia Kleins as she takes the mound, but she will not be the first young lady to be on the mound in this year's tournament. A young lady from the Czech Republic actually pitched, I believe it was yesterday. So we have two young ladies in the tournament, and they are both going to be on the mound. It's good. It's good to see the young ladies out here being well represented, and I think we're going to have the weather's terrific again. We got 81 degrees, clear skies, not as smoky as it's been the last few days due to the fires in Northern California. All the players are ready, Rick, and I know you're ready, and so am I.
Yeah, it looks like, to me, we've only seen the Florida team one time. We've seen the Southwest team from Texas twice, and to me, anyways, they both play similar games. I'm expecting both of them to be aggressive on the base paths, put pressure on the defenses, strong pitching, and timely hitting and solid defense. I think that's the key to both teams' success, and it's just a matter of who's going to make the fewer mistakes and who's got the deeper pitching at this point, I think, is going to prevail. But we'll be back in a minute with the starting lineups right after this. Okay, we're back in Livermore. I'm going to run down the starting lineup for the Southwest Regional Champions from Mid-City Little League in Midland, Texas. Leading off and pitching tonight is number 3, Andrew Prado. Batting second, playing third base, is number 11, Christian Wiggins. Shortstop, number 2, batting third, is Jace Martinez. The cleanup hitter is number 12, playing left field, Jake Cunningham. Number 1, Dax Patton, batting fifth and playing second base. Number 5, Marcus Davila, center field. Batting seventh is number 18, Eli Price in right field. Batting eighth, number 21, Josh Reed, is playing first base. And batting ninth is Dawson Bullard, the catcher, number 7. And leading off, going to the plate is the pitcher, number 3, Andrew Prado.
You know, Rick, a lot of these games, when teams are equally matched like we believe these are, it'll be the little things that'll either win or lose the game for you. So we'll see how this is going to play out.
So Olivia Klein stares in, looks at the first pitch, about to bring the first pitch of the night. Strike. And that's how it starts for Florida.
Outfielders playing fairly deep.
The ball up and away.
And
Agreed.
both coaches for both teams have had a chance to scout each other, so this should be interesting tonight.
Ball's popped up behind second base. Looks like the shortstop's going to go out and take charge of that. He makes the catch, and that's the first out of the inning.
They always say the last out of a game is the toughest one to get, but right behind that's the first out. To get the first out, first batter out is a big lift for any team.
Ryan Shiflett went back nicely for that. Chopped up the first base line, rolls foul for strike one. Christian Wiggins. Tristan Rucker behind the plate, hustled well to get that ball.
Again, infield and outfield playing straight away, and outfield playing fairly deep.
Chopper backed up the middle, ranging and just not able to grab it was Shiflett. And Southwest has their first base runner of the game. It's a base hit by Wiggins that's going to bring to the plate the shortstop, number 2, Jace Martinez.
Now clients will go into the stretch position for the first time. We'll see how she handles herself with regards to pickoff moves, and if she's able to get the ball, if she uses a slide step delivery or a full delivery to the plate.
Ball outside. Good velocity Olivia's got.
She used a nice slide step there. She's quick to the plate. Nice job. That'll freeze a runner at first base.
Pretty good move. Ball got away. Throw down to second base. In time. Got him. Nice play by the first baseman.
Nice play by John Arancibia. The ball got past him about 10 feet, hustled over. Actually, the right fielder was right there too. Very impressed with that, Rick. Dean Polameni was there to try to help make the play also. Great throw to second base. Nice play.
So true to advertised, Southwest will try to put the pressure on the Florida defense. At that time, the Florida defense responded. Swing and a miss. Martinez has had a good tournament. He's a solid defensive player at shortstop for Texas. A great number 3 hitter. Here's the pitch hit out to right field at the right fielder.
Oh, got it.
Got it. That's the end of the inning. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on after 1/2 inning. Southwest 0, Florida coming to bat. Back in a minute. Back in Livermore, ladies and gentlemen. I'll go down the Florida lineup real quick. Leading off and playing center field is Sam Hawk. Batting second base, number 5, Chase Callaway. Third, shortstop, number 3, Ryan Shiflett. Number 8, the catcher, Tristan Rucker. Olivia Kleins, the pitcher, is batting 5th. John Arancibia, number 10, is at first base. Brandon Dames, number 9, is at left field. Jeffrey Walker, third base, number 2, and Dean Polameri, right field, number 6. And we're ready to go here. Andrew Prado, first pitch of the night, lined in the left field for a base hit. Good piece of hitting there by Sam Hawk.
Boy, Hawk didn't wait at all. First pitch, fastball down the middle, he turned on it very nicely. And again, Rick, I'll comment, I've never seen so many lefties in this tournament as we have. We have another lefty on the mound tonight. Good to see the lefties out there.
Indeed. That's going to bring to the plate number 5, Chase Calloway, second baseman.
Outfield playing a little shallow in left, medium deep in center, and fairly medium in right, looking around the outfield.
Take a look and see if Florida decides they want to test the arm of Dawson Bullard behind the plate. There's a bunt, beautiful bunt past the pitcher. That's going to get that's going to be a base hit. Wow, that was executed perfectly. The second baseman went over to cover the bag, and Calloway bunted it into the vacated spot, a hole at second base. That's a clean base hit. That was a piece of hitting right there.
That was textbook. That was beautiful. You can't do it any better than that. Great job by Chase Calloway.
Gonna bring to the plate Ryan Shiflett, and all of a sudden, in a blink of an eye, after 2 pitches, Florida's got 2 runners on. Looks like they're not going to waste any time here tonight, Ed. They've been sitting around the hotel. They're ready to hit. They've only played 1 game in this tournament so far. The ball outside.
Yeah, that can be difficult when you're here. You play 1 game and you've been here 4 days. You can only practice so much. You want to get out in the ball field and play. And they're coming out attacking, which is a smart strategy at the beginning of this game.
The ball's up. Not sure if Prado is a little bit, possibly a little bit unnerved with what's going on so far in this game.
You notice both the shortstop and especially the second baseman, they've shortened up a bit. They're looking for the double play. That's nice to see. Some of the teams have left their second baseman playing way back and not in a good position for a double play.
Steele goes off. That could be a double play. Right at the shortstop who's standing behind second base. Oh, that couldn't have been executed any better. On the play, however, Sam Hawk goes down to third, but shortstop was standing on the bag and the ball was hit directly up the middle to him. About the easiest double play he'll ever turn.
Sometimes when you're totally out of position, you happen to be in the exact perfect position, as shortstop Chase Martinez was in that play.
He's going to bring to the plate Tristan Rucker, the catcher, with an RBI opportunity, yet with 2 outs. Ball's hit to left field, and it's deep. That might be over the head. It is over the head of the left fielder. That's going to reach the wall. That's going to be a stand-up double for Tristan Rucker, and Florida scores first in this game.
I tell you, Rick, Florida's hit the ball hard. The 3 balls that have been hit, they've hit the ball hard each and every time. Even the ground ball double play was well hit up the middle.
That's going to bring to the plate the pitcher, Olivia Kleins.
You know, Rick, so far all we've seen from both pitchers, Olivia only had 8 pitches in the first inning. We've seen 8 pitches from Andrew Prado. They've all been fastballs.
Ball outside, and the count is 2-0.
There's another one. After a while, I always told my pitchers, don't throw batting practice. You need to throw something different, even if it's not a strike. You have to give the batter a different look. You have to mess up their timing.
Yep. And that could be eye level too.
That's true.
But Prado hasn't been in a position where he can start worrying about eye level yet. That's a good pitch right there on the outside corner.
Great pitch in the outside corner.
Kleins chokes up a little bit. The ball up. Count is 3-1, so Olivia Kleins is definitely in a hitter's count right now. She'll be looking for something to drive and try to get home another run. The 3-1. Ball 4, that was inside, so she takes a walk. And that's going to bring to the plate the first baseman, number 10, John Arancibia.
Boy, that double play really looms large right now, Rick.
Oh, who knows what the score would be, right?
Yeah.
So first and second, 2 outs. Prado's just basically 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning with just 1 run. Although there's been 3 hits and a walk in the inning, and only 1 run has come in so far. So this is big for Southwest. Get out of this with minimal damage and get back in the dugout. Ball's chopped over the middle. That could get through. Nope, it isn't. force out at second base.
Nice play.
And that's how the bottom of the first inning ends for the Southeast. They grab the lead though, 1-0, and after one, Southeast 1, Southwest nothing. Back in Livermore, folks, for the top of the second inning. Florida leading Texas 1-0. And leading off for Texas is going to be left fielder number 12, Jake Cunningham.
You know, Rick, as I was saying during the break, the team from the Southeast has got to be a bit disappointed about that first inning. They were looking to get a couple more runs, but the Southwest has to come out of there feeling pretty darn good.
Yeah, that's a definite momentum swing, or it can be. Doesn't always work like that in baseball, but it can be. So Olivia Kleins is out for her second inning of work. Throws a strike to Jake Cunningham to get ahead of him.
Nice inside fastball. A lot of the pitchers have been pitching away. We'll see what Kleins wants to do here.
The ball outside.
The outfield is playing fairly deep in center and right, medium deep in left. There she is. When first pitch inside, we've had 3 on the outside corner. That brings the count to 2-2.
The ball down. The count is full now. So after getting ahead, falling behind 3-2. Chopped towards shortstop. Third baseman comes in, quickly throws over to first. Safe off the bag.
Pulled him off. That's a nice pitch inside. She sawed him off, but he was able to get the ball out past her to the third baseman. Third baseman wasn't quite able to get him at first base.
That brings to the plate Dax Patton, number 1, playing second base. Dax has been one of the star hitters of everybody in this tournament. He's a very, very difficult out, and from the opponent's perspective, you want to face him with nobody on base. So Southwest has something going here with runner at first and nobody out.
You're right, Rick. He's a real hustler. I like him.
Quick throw by Klein. She's got a good move.
She's got quick feet. That's the key to a pickoff move at any base, especially first and second, is quick feet. You got to get that body turned around before you can make the throw.
Fouled off to the right. That was a pretty good pitch to hit. Kleins is ahead of Patton, 0-1.
The Southwest being aggressive there with a hit and run. Got a young man at the plate that's a good handle of the bat. Probably got some good speed at first base. Good aggressiveness early in the game.
Pitch out. Nothing doing.
Here we go with the chess game, Rick. Hit and run, pitch outs. This is going to be a lot of fun tonight.
Hopefully going to see what kind of arm Rutgers got. He's going to be throwing here probably any time. There he goes. Ball inside, throw down to second base. Good throw. Cunningham got a great jump on that. The ball was inside a little bit too. If it was outside, maybe the pitch out, they might have had a chance to not nail him, but Cunningham beats it. But he's in scoring position with nobody out.
Wasn't Tristan Rucker the pitcher the other day?
Yes.
He's back behind the plate, so he's bounced back quickly.
Lifted to right field. That should be routine for the right fielder. Tagging at second base and going to third is Cunningham, and he makes it easily. So a productive out by Dax Patton. Even when you retire him, Ed, he makes productive outs.
Absolutely. That ball was hit when it took off. It didn't look like it was going to reach the right fielder, but it carried. The ball is carrying fairly decently today, Rick. We actually had our first home run earlier today after 4 days of not having any. So it looks like the ball may be carrying a little bit better tonight.
Brings to the plate the center fielder, number 5, Marcus Davila. And Davila looks at a ball.
Infield's playing back. Ground ball to the middle of the infield. Will plate a run. First and third are playing up.
Ball outside.
Kleins is pitching from the stretch in order to keep the runner as close to third base as you can. As a batter, you're just trying to make contact right now. Get that run in, get this game tied, and start all over again.
Davila's choked up. It's good to see kids choke up. Not just swinging for the fences all the time. Ooh, a pickoff play. Third baseman wasn't quite ready for that, I think.
Yeah, it's a lost art. I mean, the number one player of all time, one of them, good player is Barry Bonds. He choked up every single at bat. It gives you much better bat control.
Ball's hit the shortstop. Wow, take a funny hop, throw to first.
Nice play,
Got him.
boy.
Second hour is recorded, but the tying run does come in to score.
That's a real nice play by Ryan Shiflett. That ball took a little sideways scoot right before it got to him, and he was able to field the ball and make a nice throw to first base for the second out. But now the game is tied. We're back even, folks, 1-1.
Eli Price is going to come up for his first plate appearance of the night. He's a right fielder, number 18. Big Eli Price. Very nice young man. Polite. Just strike on the outside corner.
Rick, all the young men from the Southwest, extremely polite.
Ball's hit
Nice
down to
play.
first base unassisted. Terrific play.
Nice play, John Arancibia. What a nice play to end the inning.
3 unassisted. So, Texas comes up with 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on. We played 1.5 innings, and the game is tied 1-1.
Leading off to the bottom of the second inning for Southeast, number 9, Brandon James.
All right, we're back in Livermore for the bottom of the second inning. The Southeast has got their second at bat. And leading off is Brandon Dames, the left fielder. So we got 7, 8, and 9 coming up. See if they can try to jump back in the lead here. Ball's lifted to left field. Right at the left fielder, he's coming in. He makes the catch. So that's 1 out. So I'm joined in the booth right now by one of the managers for the participating team, the Southern California champions, the West Regional champions from Scripps Ranch Little League in San Diego. I'm joined by Lance Tasher. Lance, glad to have you with me.
Thanks for having me, Rick. It's been a blast, a wonderful experience.
Now you guys unfortunately were eliminated last night. You have a consolation game, I do believe, tomorrow. Who are you playing?
We are playing the team from the Czech Republic,
Okay.
and we get to do something no other team gets to do this tournament.
Which is what?
We get to play the teams with a girl on both of them.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a pleasure watching Olivia pitch for the Southeast today. We played against her the other day. She's a phenomenal player, and I already told my daughter at home this could be you someday.
That's right. Yeah, how wonderful is it, you know, to have a couple of girls? I mean, we've had them before. We had a team from France, I believe, or Canada last year. Canada that had a girl on the team, and we've had one from the Czech Republic before, but we've never had 2 in the same year. So we're pretty excited about that. And then the Czech girl was fantastic. She pitched a couple of games. You know, they're not just here, you know, to make an effort. They're actually vital parts of the team.
Oh, I agree. Dave and I were talking earlier. I think Olivia's probably one of the best players on her team, if not in this whole tournament.
Right. Dean Polomeri's at the plate, the right fielder, number 9 hitter. So what do you gather from this tournament, Lance, that maybe you didn't expect coming up here? What kind of a vibe did you get out of it all?
I think the biggest difference to me is the amount of small ball and finesse baseball that needed to be played here to win. We were kind of a powerhouse hitting team. We threw up double-digit runs in almost every game the whole tournament, and it's probably the quality of players and other changes here that,
Right.
you know, a run or two here or there makes a big difference.
Right. There's a ground ball to second base, gobbled up and thrown to first. That's a quick inning. Stick around for a little bit, Lance. We'll get you in the next inning too. So that's 4-3. That ends the second, and through 2, we're tied up at 1-1. Back in a minute. Okay, we're back in Livermore for the top of the 3rd inning. Texas is batting for the 3rd time, and coming to the plate for the first time is Josh Reed, number 21, first baseman, big Josh Reed. Olivia Klein's her 3rd inning of work, throws a strike. What about the experience, or the overall experience, Lance? What can you talk about that a little bit, and maybe how that exceeded your expectations perhaps a little?
Yeah, the thing I tried to tell all the players after getting eliminated last night is the journey, the starting from districts through sections, state and regionals to get here. There was so many magical moments, and no one can take that away. And to me, it's the complete journey that makes this a wonderful experience.
Yeah, I agree. I've taken a team or two to Western Regionals and big leagues before, and it's something you'll never forget. And even though we didn't reach the World Series, it didn't really matter at that point. It was still fantastic. It's a line down to 3rd. Oh, great play, scooped out, nicely done.
Double scooper.
Yeah. Saw the Korean team do that a couple of times today as well. So good defensive play there by Florida, and that's one of the reasons they're playing in this game right now, is because they've got some great defense.
Yeah, to add on about that magical ride, you can look at so many moments. If one thing went one way or another, that we wouldn't be here. It would be another team. Team from Hawaii was a phenomenal team. The NorCal team was good, and even our second game of district, we went against probably a pitcher that could pitch at this level and had a battle through that one. So you never know when it could have gone the other way.
Yeah. How many years have you been coaching?
This is my 8th year.
Okay.
I've got 2 boys, so my youngest one just started machine pitch this year.
Okay.
So,
We might see you in another 2 or 3 or 4 years, right? 4 years maybe?
or I can just retire while I'm going out on top, right?
Oh, I don't think you're going to retire. I think you like it too much. Dawson Bullard's at the plate right now for his first plate appearance. Yeah, we've really enjoyed your team. We've enjoyed all the teams. They're all, acting on great behavior. They're all great sports. I love seeing how all of the different teams interact with each other. When they pass each other by, they all seem like they're old friends at this point after just 4 days here.
Exactly. I mean, look, we had to hop on the bus with the host last night after they just beat us, and all the kids were joking around and having a good time.
That's great. Ground ball to second base. Oh, that's off the shin or the instep of the second baseman, and that's going to be a hit for Bullard, and he'll be on first base with only 1 out. I don't think you want to give Texas too many chances.
No, we were commenting when we saw them get off the bus that they looked like they brought their football team, all their tight ends and wide receivers.
Yep. That's hit to second base, and it's got through to right field. Runners try to advance to third. Here comes the throw. Oh. Got by the third baseman, so both runners advance, and as Ed and I brought it up in the pregame, we felt that both teams would put a lot of pressure on the defenses whenever they had the opportunity to steal bases, take an extra base, and you've got to prove to that team that's doing that you're not going to make a mistake. And so well done by Texas there, putting some pressure on Florida. So now they're in business with runners at second and third with only 1 out.
When we were warming up for our 6 p.m. game last night, the right fielder was taking throws to third. I don't know if you noticed it there, but that's right in the sun. Really hard to see.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. So let's see what Olivia Kleins can do to try to work her way out of this. First pitch is outside, close, but a ball, and the count is 1-0. Remember, the winner of this game gets an automatic entry into the Saturday U.S. Championship bracket game. The loser has to go play one more game to try to get back here. Ground ball to third, and that gets under the glove. The third baseman, and a run scores. A little frustrated over there is Jeffrey Walker. Felt like he should have made that play, so a run scores. And again, giving Southwest regional champs from Midland, Texas some extra outs here. This runners at first and third, 1 out. And expect to see the runner at first probably take a base here anytime soon. So you guys got a game tomorrow, consolation game. Going to be here the rest of the week. We got some activities planned for you guys. Have you heard about Friday, what we're going to do for you?
Yeah, I heard we get to all go see the Oakland A's games. They all had us down to their stadium. That's going to be phenomenal. Kids are excited about that.
Yeah, the A's are playing pretty well right now. So that's a big thanks to the Oakland A's for providing that to us. That's the first year they've ever done that. We couldn't be more happy. We were shocked, actually, when that opportunity came around. So we're excited about it.
Yep, and then we're here Saturday to watch the U.S. Championship and Sunday to watch the World Championship.
Right. Ball's lifted to right field. That's going to probably fall for a base hit. It is. Here comes a run to score. Here comes another runner to score, and Florida is not all of a sudden into this game. And Texas is going to run them out if they don't pick it up a little bit here. So there's 2 more runs scored, and they're now ahead 4-1. Little indecision there from the right fielder. He didn't quite know what to do with the ball. where to throw it, and the runner from second that moved over to third noticed that and bolted home. And the Florida team needs to regroup a little bit, huh?
Yeah, that's the classic I like to tell my players in the outfield. When you have the ball, it turns into a bomb. You got 1 second to get it out of your hands or it blows up.
Good, man. I like that. So Jace Martinez is at first. Now that brings Jake Cunningham to the plate. One out in the inning. Olivia Klein's job at this point is to minimize the damage and get out of this inning with only 3 runs crossing the plate. Oh, it's hard to, it's a lot to ask for 13-year-olds, Lance, to, play perfect baseball. Even the pros make, mistakes every now and then. What do you tell your team when things start to kind of get a little bit unraveled? How do you approach that?
So there was something I learned a couple years ago, and I took it to heart. Sometimes I might have been a little too harsh. So we have the technique now that we tell them to flush it. So what they do is they take that mistake, they put it in the toilet, and they literally give the hand gesture of flushing that mistake down the toilet. So that's kind of their symbol to each other to move on, it's happened, and look forward to the next play.
That's great. How's that been working out for you?
We had a lot of flushing last night to do, but
yeah. You guys played a good game last night. I mean, I think it gets to this point. I mean, did you feel like you had your best pitching and all that lined up? Did everything kind of line up for you?
I mean, up until the Western Regionals, it lined up perfect. Couldn't get a better draw. Couldn't have been happy about where it was. But our Western Regionals is so tough that we fired all our bullets against Hawaii just to get here, because if you don't beat them, you're not here. And so we were severely handicapped the first couple games, and we were running on fumes, having gotten in at midnight and then hopping on a 8 o'clock flight the next morning.
Right. There's a pitch out to Cunningham. Yeah, and also, dropping a game during the week really starts to put pressure on you, because you have to play extra games, and nobody's got endless pitching. Throwing to center field. Martinez is going to go to third base.
Yeah, there was a little irony in that. When we looked at the brackets, we almost thought losing the first game would be better than losing the second game, because then we didn't have to play 3 games in 3 days, and it would align better for our pitching.
Right. Well, obviously you try to win every game, and
of course.
That got the coach at first base.
I've been really impressed with this Southwest team and how they run the bases, and they're always, putting the pedal to the metal and forcing the other teams to make the mistakes.
Right. There's a lot to be said with that, and I think Florida does that too. But it's interesting. We didn't see a lot of that overall this year from most of the teams. And it's really the key to success at this level is aggressive base running and putting pressure on the other defense. In this inning, anyways, Florida has struggled with their defense. Now, that's not to say that's going to continue the whole game, and I doubt it will, but it's allowed the Texas team to score 3 runs. So Kleins has a full count now on Cunningham.
It's kind of felt like in this tournament, if a team has a 4 or 5 run lead, it's almost the equivalent of 11, 12, 13 runs. It just feels like a big lead here.
There's ball 4. Olivia's had to throw in a lot of pitches at this point now. Yeah, it seems like that. I haven't seen too many teams able to come back, from a 3 or 4 run deficit. We saw Canada beat the Czech Republic on 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th on a walk-off, but that's been about the only game like that.
Hey Rick, before I forget, I need to do a shout out to my 2 little ones.
Sure.
I haven't seen them in about 3 weeks living in hotels. So Elise and Chase, if you're listening right now, Daddy loves you, and I'll be home on Monday.
Right on. They probably wish they were here.
They were actually going to come up tomorrow if we were playing.
Okay. Well, that's going to bring to the plate now the dangerous Dax Patton. Patton is a very tough out. He is really one of the catalysts offensively for this Texas team, and lines one into right field for a base hit. That gets cut off by the center fielder, but it looks like they're going to score another run here. They just don't stop. And that's a double for Patton. 2 RBIs.
Third base coach might need to ice his arm after the game. He just keeps sending them and sending them.
Right. And that lead is now extended to 6-1. And we're still in the 3rd inning with 1 out. So Marcus Davila is going to come up to the plate. His 2nd appearance. He grounded out to short his 1st time. Kind of a different perspective when you're watching it from up here. You see a lot of how the balls and strikes are being called.
It's great. I was joking earlier with my assistant coaches. We watched the game this morning with Livermore that I haven't sat in the stands and watched the game in a couple months.
Right. Yeah, well, we really enjoyed watching you guys play. I was impressed with your team. Line foul. All the teams are good that get here. You know, to me anyways, it's just a matter of, you know, who's got still something left in the tank. And you're right. I mean, you could sense that you guys perhaps were a little bit out of gas. But other teams, you know, like the District 57 team, I'm just going to say it, you know, they just seem to be getting better by the inning.
Well, they've been doing great. They're fantastic, great players, great coaches. I've really enjoyed getting to know all them. And part of it is a little bit of the luck of the draw, you know.
Right.
If, you know, we had the play-in game. The play-in game to play someone who's waiting, those are always the toughest.
Right. Right. There's a ground ball to second base. Routine play by the second baseman. That's the 2nd out of the inning. Runner advances to 3rd base in Dax Patton. And now Olivia Kleins and the Florida bunch are 1 out away from closing out this inning, trying to get out of it, only trailing by 5 runs.
You know, something I respect about the Southeast team here this inning is I always tend to watch my players when you make a few errors and you bobble balls and the other team scoring, how do they respond and how do they react? And Olivia on the mound is just, you know, she's battling. She's not acting dejected, and she's trying to pick her team up, as is everyone else. So
yeah,
it's good to see that.
No kidding, no kidding. And they've had a rough inning. There's no sugarcoating that. Ball's fouled off. You know, and unfortunately, you have an inning like this, and who suffers the most from it is the pitcher. She's probably thrown 25 extra pitches in this inning alone, maybe, right? You know,
exactly.
So she's not going to be probably long for this game on the mound, anyways. That ball gets away, unfortunately, from the catcher, and that's going to allow another run to score. And Texas has increased their lead to 7-1.
And then the immediate issue that the Southeast manager has to start thinking about is, okay, do I have a game tomorrow or not? Do I keep people at 20 pitches, and how many pitchers do I have for tomorrow at a certain point?
Right, right. There's strike 3. Well, Lance, hey, man, I'm very happy you joined me up here. It's great to get your perspective, and I'm glad you're having a good time. We'll see each other again over the next couple of days, I'm sure. And, you know, look forward to watching you play tomorrow. Who are you playing again? I'm sorry. You play the Czech Republic. Okay, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. I hope you enjoy that. It's good to see you, bud.
Well, thank you, Rick. I enjoyed it.
All right. Thank you. Folks, we'll be back in a moment. We played 2.5 in Livermore. Texas leads 7-1.
leading off the bottom of the third inning.
All right, back in Livermore, folks, for the bottom of the third inning. Texas leads Florida after erupting for 6 runs, 7-1, going in the bottom of the third. We're going to find out what Florida's made of, aren't we, Ed?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see if they can bounce back. You know, you can't hit a 6-run home run, but what you can do is chip away. And if I'm the Southeast, I'm looking to get 2 or 3 runs this inning to get right back in the game.
Sam Hawk, the leadoff man, is going to lead it off this inning in the third. He hit the first pitch he saw in the left field for a base hit. And
there you go.
Does the same
There's
thing
another one.
with another one. So he doesn't waste any time. He sees
must
something he likes, he goes after it.
He must have the book on Andrew Prado. He's seen 2 pitches and he's had 2 line drive base hits to left field. That's great base hitting.
You think Andrew Prado's coach in the dugout said, we got a 7-1 lead. Let's make sure that they have to earn everything they get?
Yeah, I bet.
That's what I'd be saying.
Yeah. Throw strikes.
So Chase Calloway had a great bunt, if you recall, in the first inning, where he pushed it, where the runner went and he pushed it towards second base, which was vacated by the second baseman trying to cover the bag at second. It was beautifully executed.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they do here on offense if they start the runner. You're down 6 runs. Every run's very precious right now.
Another
And they
bunt
do.
attempt, a steal attempt, and successful. Sam Hawk steals second base. Could be some people say you're down 6 runs. I'm not quite sure you'd want to start stealing bases, but Florida plays the game one way. They're aggressive, just like Southwest is.
And the coach knows the speed he has in the bases much
Yeah.
better than we do, so
Yep.
he knows what he's got to go.
To pick
Oh,
off.
he got him.
Got him at second. Great move by Prado.
Again, that's quick feet. Absolute quick feet. Very close play at second base. That's exactly what you don't want to have happen, Rick. You
Right.
got to stick close to the base. If you're going to steal, fine, but you can't get picked off in a game like this when you're down 7-1. That's a tough break for the, for the Southeast.
Well, you know, all the credit goes to the pitcher and the shortstop, who have probably practiced that play a lot and executed it. It's got to be a good throw, and it's got to be a good tag, and everything's got to work.
And you practice that over and over and over again for that one time, and that may have been it, that
Yeah.
one time, which could maybe the turning point of the game. Even though they're up 6 runs, this may be the turning point because you basically shut off a rally
Yeah. And
before it could start.
3-0 count, and that's ball 4. And at least that's
Yeah,
what it
there
looks
you go.
like. Yep, that is ball 4, so that looms even larger.
Yeah, typical in Little League. When somebody makes a mistake right after it, not a mistake, but their play is made, the next batter somehow gets on base. It's incredible how many times that happens.
So Ryan Shiflett's going to come to the plate. He grounded into a 6 unassisted double play to 3 in the first inning. And now Callaway's at first base. Throw down to first by the catcher.
You know, Rick, as you can see as the sun is going down, you'll see shadows across the outfield as the sun goes through the trees. But also, any throws from right field or first base to third base, the third baseman cannot see the ball. It looked like the last half inning when our guest speaker was with you, that a ball was thrown to third base and the third baseman really could not see it.
Yeah, and
I think it was a ball coming from right field.
He pointed it out too at that time. He says,
Yeah, did he?
you just can't see it. It's right in the sun.
Yeah. You can't get rid of the sun. Somebody's going to have the sun in their eyes as the sun sets. And right now it's the third baseman on throws from right field or first base.
That count is 2-1 to Ryan Shiflett. Callaway gets his lead. There's a strike
Nice
on the
pitch.
inside corner.
Nice
Count is
pitch
2-2.
inside. You'll notice that both the shortstop and second baseman have shortened up a bit, and they're shaded towards second base looking for the double play ball.
Yep. The ball's lifted
Nice
into
hit.
left field. It's going to be right at the left
Nice
fielder.
And we had to play it first.
Throws back.
He waited. He had to play at first base there. That's the third or fourth time we've seen some hesitation in the outfield and infield on plays.
By both teams.
Both teams, exactly. We try to teach the kids to think about, what am I going to do with the ball if it's hit to me? Where am I going to throw it if it's hit in front of me, behind me, before the ball's pitched? You don't want the player thinking while the play is in action. You want them to react.
Yeah, you want it to just be an instinct play.
Yep.
So there's 2 outs now with Tristan Rucker coming up to the plate. He doubled his first time up. So how big does it look that Southeast was only able to score 1 run in that first inning?
Absolutely.
Remember that? They had a couple of runners on and only got 1. Ball's popped up out of play.
And Andrew Prado is 1 out away, maybe 1 pitch away from having a terrific shutdown inning after his team has scored 6 runs to give him a lot of support in the top of the 3rd. You're giving Tristan Rucker a lot of respect in the outfield. Center field is quite deep.
Ball's lined into left field for a base hit.
Nice base hit. Nice solid base hit.
Tristan Rucker's a good hitter.
Yeah, he didn't swing the bat that hard at that pitch. He just made nice solid contact.
He's now 2 for 2.
Bringing up Kleins.
Bringing up Olivia Kleins with runners at first and second, 2 outs.
She's in a great spot to give herself some help. Base hit will score 1. She hits a gap. They'll get 2.
Ball outside. Count is 2-0. So Olivia sitting in a hitter's count. She's going to be looking for something to drive here.
1 spot.
Ball's hit into shortstop. That's
Nice
great
play.
Long throw to first base. Safe at first. Not sure why Olivia didn't run through the bag.
Yeah, she stopped, and that's where you can get hurt. She put on the brakes for some reason.
She throws up her hands going, I don't know what I was thinking. Who knows?
Maybe she was anticipating an overthrow. I don't know.
But that's a base hit for Olivia. And now the bases are loaded.
We'll see if John Arancibia can get them back in the ballgame. A base hit will plate 2. Umpire's calling timeout for some reason, not sure what it is. 1 ball to the batter. The pitcher went to his mouth with his hand. Can't do that in Little League Baseball.
So that's considered an illegal pitch, and the batter is awarded a ball.
Correct, because he was on the rubber when he did it.
Ball down, and the count is 2-0.
Does that also count as a pitch, Rick? I can't recall.
I think it does not.
Okay. Since he did not physically throw the ball.
Ball's outside, and the count is 3-0. So Prado is in a little bit of a jam here. And the Southeast Regional champs from West Boynton Beach Little League are a hit away from getting them back in this game. Ball is hit foul. Might have been ball 4 there.
Yeah, interesting strategy, Rick. We've got bases loaded, 3-0 count. We need base runners, we need runs, and to have the batter swing on 3-0 is interesting. I would have him take 1, if not 2 strikes here. You need to get this base runner. You need to get a run on the board any way you can right now.
Well, again, that goes back to the managers and coaches knowing their teams.
Nice
Strike.
pitch. He painted the black on that. That was a beautiful pitch.
So the count's full. Runners will be moving. Here's the 3-2. Ball
4.
Ball 4.
That was close. And Rick, I'll notice not all the runners were running on that play. And it's a coach's responsibility to let the runners know, to remind them what the count is, what the situation is, because sometimes you'll have runners on second and third and they'll think, oh, the base is loaded and off they go. I think it happened earlier today, and that time a couple of runners really didn't take off on the pitch.
Well, that can make the difference between scoring and not. On a ball in the gap or anything like that?
Or a pass ball.
Right.
The ball can go flying up the baselines here, and the runner at second come all the way around to score.
Sure.
This is the kind of game you have to have your head in the game every moment. You can't take a moment off.
So Brandon Dames is up now. Ball's hit to right field and out of play. Foul. Brandon flied out to the left fielder, his first time up. Florida desperately needs a base hit here, Ed. Get back in this
That'll
game.
bring it down to, a deficit of 3. Little League Baseball, as we all know, anything's possible at any time. Infield all playing back, normal depth. Nobody's holding any of the base runners on.
Ball gets away. No advance by the runners. Prado's struggling a little bit here with command. Last couple of batters, he's got 2 walks this inning.
You know, Ricky's doing a great job. Outwardly, he looks like he's very calm. I know, can't tell what's going on inside of him, but outwardly, he looks like he's cool and calm right now.
That throw to second, that ball
Picked him off again.
picked off again. Wow,
Olivia Klein's picked off again. Second time this inning.
that's a tough
Picked
break.
off at second base.
Well,
Yeah.
they were able to get 1 run. We played 3 innings in Livermore. Thanks to 2 pickoff plays at second base, that damage was very limited. Texas leads Florida 7-2. Back in a minute. Folks, we're back in Livermore for the top of the 4th inning. Texas leads Florida 7-2. And leading off for Texas, big Josh Reed, first baseman, 21. Strike on the outside corner, Olivia Klein. Kleins is working her 4th inning. She's thrown 56 pitches.
Well, Rick, it's going to be interesting to see how the Southeast, the Florida team, can bounce back after that inning. That was they had 2 outs in that inning on pickoffs at second base. So the defense only had to make 1 out that inning for the Texas team.
Yeah, that could be demoralizing, huh?
That can be tough to come back from. We'll see. We've got 4 innings to go.
Yeah, a lot of baseball left. Fouled off.
And if you're the Florida coaches, you just want to say, guys, listen, we've got 4 innings to go. We're down 5 runs. We know we can score. We're hitting the ball. Just get out and play some defense. Get us a 0. Get back in the bench and let's get some runs.
And the 1-2 to Reed. Ball outside.
Good idea. Good location. But you notice, Rick, as I've said before, it looks like Kleins is throwing a fastball only and pretty much the same velocity. And the second time around, the top of the order took advantage of that, and they hit some shots.
That's true.
You got to change the speed. You don't have to throw curveballs. You have to change speeds. Changing a location is one thing, but you got to change some speeds. You got to show them something different.
Yeah, I remember, my son growing up and pitching. He loved to pitch. He had a great mindset for it and all that kind of. And I couldn't get him to ever throw a changeup. It was like pulling teeth.
Yeah.
To get him to do that, and it was the one pitch that would have been so effective for him.
When my son pitched, and everything he threw was a changeup because he didn't throw hard. I told him, don't throw hard. We want to throw to spots and throw
Right.
some off speed. So he didn't ever throw hard, but he didn't walk guys, and that
Right.
kept him in a lot of games.
Sure. Ball's hit to shortstop. Should be a routine play for the shortstop. Makes the play. Scooped out nicely by Aaron Sebia at first base.
He's made a couple really nice plays at first base. He has basically corralled the ball on a couple throws that have been low. The infielders could help him out a little bit, get the throw a little higher.
Yep.
But yeah, John Aaron Sebia at first base has made a couple really nice plays.
That brings the number 9 hitter into the game, number 7. Catcher Dawson Bullard. Bullard reached on an error in the second inning.
Yeah,
Or,
that
excuse me, third inning.
Yeah, that opened, and I think that started the floodgates open.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Ball's fouled off.
And Kleins is coming right at him. She got one down. She got an 0-2 count. She's coming right at the bottom of the order. The challenge will be when she turns the order over, when she gets back to the top of the order. Last time through, they all hit the ball fairly hard.
Andrew Prado, the pitcher, is on deck. Ball's short.
I think the Giants announcers call those scuds when the ball bounces about 4 feet in front of the plate. Catchers just love that, and umpires too. See that ball coming really low.
The 1-2 on its way. Swung on and missed. The ball gets away from the catcher. Has time to throw. Fires it.
He's safe
at first.
First base. Ball was on the ground.
Boy, there's a lot of that, isn't there?
It's a good rule. It's been instituted at this level all the time. I think 3 or 4 years ago they instituted it at the major level, the Little League level, the 12-year-old level. That's a great rule. We got some strategy on the mound and strategy in the batter and the on-deck batter here.
Do you remember, I mean, you've watched this tournament for many years here, Ed. Do you remember a tournament where the catcher was so integral to the outcome of almost every game?
Yeah, we've seen some games where some ill-advised throws have been made and some really good throws have been made. Yeah.
But they're so vital this year to everything that's going on.
Yep.
Whether they're catching the ball or throwing the ball.
Right. We've had some incredible throws to bases, and again, some ill-advised throws. That's the beauty of playing catcher. The catcher gets to see the whole game. I used to tell my ball players, we got myself and the catcher watch the game. The rest of you guys get to play it because the catcher's the quarterback out there. He needs to take control of the entire defense.
1-1 is down. Throw to second base. Safe at second.
Nice throw, just too good of a jump. Bullard's a bit shaken up. I don't know if he slid into the base or slid hard on his knee. Now we're good to go.
So the count's 2-1. To Prado. 1 out, runner at second base now.
Nice pitch, right on the paint. Beautiful, beautiful. Kleins is a gamer. She won't give in. Very impressive.
Grounded to second base. Diving.
Nice
makes
play,
a great
attaboy.
play.
Nice play. Oh, we call him safe.
And the run scores. Aaron Sabia looked back at the umpire and totally forgot that there was a base runner.
That's when you need to keep your head in the game, need to know where the base runners are, what the situation is. The umpire makes a call. Whatever he makes, the play is still in play until the umpire calls timeout. Very heads-up base running by Dawson Bullard to come all the way around from second base on a ground ball in the infield. That's a huge run for the Southwest.
Looks like we're going to get a special pinch runner. Number 19.
Toby Belk.
Toby Delk is going to come in and run for Prado. Give him a break. He's back on the mound shortly. Give your pitcher some rest. He goes. First pitch. And he's in safely. Another stolen base.
And that's a smart move, Rick. You just brought it up by the manager of the Southwest team to give his pitcher a break, get him off his legs. Let him sit and relax for the next 5 minutes or so.
So Christian Wiggins is at the plate now with a strike on him. Wiggins singled in the first and reached on an error in the third. Ball down. Count 1-1. So again, we're in the top of the fourth inning. Texas leads Florida 8-2. They're still in business in this inning. Ball's chopped to third. Runs him back to, misses him, but he ran out of the baseline. So Toby Delk is going to be called out. Good play by Jeffrey Walker to cut down the lead runner on that play.
You know, and Rick, if somebody had gotten by Walker, there was nobody covering third base. The left fielder is too far away, and Kleins did not have a chance to get over there. So good job by Jeffrey Walker to get the second out of the inning.
Now there's 2 outs, but the dangerous Jace Martinez is up. And Olivia's up to 75, 76 pitches now. Fouled off the end of the bat.
These are good aggressive hitters in the Southwest. They go after it. I like that. They're not sitting back waiting for a walk. They want to get up there and hit the ball, crush the ball.
Ball's down and away, and the count is 2-1 now. 2 outs. Grounded to second base. Should be a routine play for the second baseman. Throws to first.
There you go.
That's it. So Texas scores another run. They increase their lead to 8-2. We've played 3.5 innings in Livermore. We'll be back in a minute.
Folks, if you want to stretch your legs a little bit, you want to wander over by the souvenir trailer. The 2018 team jerseys are for sale for $75. These are the same jerseys that the players are wearing. You might want to look at the dry fit shirts. Long and short sleeve, they are $25. There are also individual jersey pins for $5 each and seat cushions for $10. Tonight's dinner sponsor for the players is Backyard Bayou at First Street in Livermore. Cajun Grill began the old-fashioned way in their backyards. They love seafood. They love our mix of Cajun and Asian cooking. Everything started with our group of friends and family would get together and cook up new favorites on the grill. Eventually, we realized that we couldn't keep our recipes to ourselves. They had to be shared, and the Backyard Bayou was born. Leading off the bottom of the fourth inning for the Southeast.
Okay, folks, we're back in Livermore for the bottom of the fourth inning. Southeast is trying to claw their way back into this game, if possible. And leading off is going to be Brandon Dames. Brandon flied out to the left fielder his first time up. We have a new pitcher, Ed.
Do we, Rick? We sure do. Marcus Davila is on the mound.
Okay. Well, Davila comes in. Grounded through the hole in right field for a base hit. So there's a leadoff base hit for Brandon Dames.
You know, Rick, on that play, the first baseman, Josh Reed, sort of hesitated after going to go after the ball. First baseman have to go after everything. It's up to the pitcher to cover first base on a ground ball like that. So you want the first baseman and the second baseman going after it. Hopefully one of them will get it. The pitcher would be covering first base.
It's going to bring to the plate number 2, third baseman Jeffrey Walker. Ball gets away. Runner advances to second base. Walker grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. Ball's up. Count is 2-0. So every inning so far, Ed, Florida team gets glimpses of big rallies, and we'll see if in this inning, anyways, time is out.
The coach is going to come and talk to him and settle him down a bit.
Coach Dad.
And the looks like the 7, 8, 9 batters for the Southeast are trying to be the catalyst to get something going, to get on base, get 2 of the 3 of them on base at least, and turn the order over, get the top of the lineup up, try to do some damage, get back in this ball game. They get a couple 3 runs, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have a good game going here.
Yeah. So the count is 3-0 to Jeffrey Walker. There's a strike. Whatever Dad said when he came out.
Exactly, that's about to say that.
Worked.
Dad had good words. Outfield's medium as far as their depth.
Strike 2. Count is now full. Ball is grounded to second base. It's going to not advance the runner.
Boy, Rick, I don't know what the runner was thinking. The ball, the rule is the ball's hit behind you, you go to third base. If the ball's hit in front of you, you stay at second, so you won't get thrown out at third. That ball was obviously hit behind the base runner, and he froze. And his first movement was back to second base. So he lost himself a base. He could be at third base with 1 out, where a ground ball, fly ball, pass ball could score him.
Dean Palamides up to the plate. He grounded out to second base his first time up. Runner goes to third, grounded towards short. Throws back to first, and excuse me, that was John Lee that was up. So that indeed does cost Florida a run. He would have scored on that play if he was at third base. And so now he's at third base, though, however, with 2 outs.
And the mental mistakes at this level of baseball, level of baseball is so competitive, the mental mistakes can cost you dearly.
Sam Hawk, who's seen 2 pitches and roped 2 singles, is up. And he's looking to continue his torrid pace in this game and knock in a run for his team. There's 2 outs, however, and the ball wants the count. Ball 2 outside, just missed.
Yeah, the Southeast is just looking for a break, some sort of a break to get some momentum. And of course, the Southwest is trying to keep them from getting that. So it's a good, again, good chess match between players and then the coaches. Nice swing on 2-0. It's the kind of swing you should take on 2-0. Counts now 3-1. Sam Hawk should be looking at one spot. That ball's there. Give it a right. If not, look for the next pitch. Nice hit. That
Ball's hit to left field. That is falls
Road
in.
kicked it.
So Hawk hits his third hit of the game. Rolls into second with a double.
Boy, the way that ball was carrying, Rick, I thought the left fielder was going to have a chance for a shoestring catch, but the ball died right before I got to him. And Toby Delk just could not quite make the catch. Now we have another runner in scoring position. Chase Calloway up here to try to bring him home. Outfield playing fairly shallow in center and right, and medium and left. Infield playing back, 2 outs. Ooh. Chancy move by Sam Hawk there. Not only did he steal third, or try to steal third, but he went in standing up. With 2 outs, you better make it to third base. You don't want to make the third out at third base.
So the count's 1-1 now. Grounded to second base. Routine play.
There you go.
And that's the inning. So Florida picks up a run in the bottom of the 4th inning. They still trail 8-3. We'll be back in a minute from Livermore.
Leading
All right, we're back in Livermore. Reached the top of the 5th inning with Texas leading Florida 8-3. Leading off in this inning is going to be Jake Cunningham. Cunningham's been on base twice. He singled, scored in the second, walked, and scored in the third.
We'll see if Kleins can shut this offense down. They've scored in 3 innings in a row, a total of 8 runs. The team from the southeast needs a goose egg, a big 0 in the top of this inning in order to try to get back in this ball game.
Lined up the middle. That's a base hit by Cunningham, and he's been unable to be retired by Florida tonight. Another base hit for him.
He's hit the ball real hard twice, so in addition to the walk that he had earlier. Here comes our man Dax. Here we are at the heart of the order. 4, 5, and 6 coming up to start off this inning. And already Kleins is back in the stretch position.
There's a ball outside.
You know, Rick, the catcher was sort of set up high. I think if he would have set up in a normal position, normal crouch position, I think we would have gotten a strike on that pitch.
Agreed.
There's a runner.
Pitch out, throw down to second base. Safe at second.
Another close call at second base. There have been several this game. Normally the batter up would try to hit a ground ball to the right side to get the runner to third, but I think Dax Patton's going to go for it here.
Grounded into the hole in left field for a base hit. That could score a run. Runner comes in, cut off. Cunningham scores. Patton's RBI single.
Like I said, I just couldn't see Dax Patton pulling it back and just trying to hit a little ground ball. He's an aggressive hitter, and he's a very good hitter. We're very impressed with him.
His third RBI tonight. Marcus Davila is coming up now.
He's grounded out a couple times. Davila's grounded out to short and to second already tonight.
Ball outside.
I'm a little surprised to not see Dax Patton taking off for second base. The coach is now going through a set of signs. We'll see what's going on.
Lifted over the short,
Nice shot.
over the head of the second baseman. Patton's going to go to third.
Without hesitation, look at that hustle. And he's got himself in a rundown now.
He's tagged out. Davila goes to third. Just overran the bag at third base, Ed?
Yeah, he sure did. You see the coach had his hands on his knees looking downward after the play. They just lost a potential run there. But nice base running by Marcos Davila to get all the way to third base, and also a very nice play by the catcher not to make that extra throw to try to force an out, to try to force a play. It was a good job by the catcher just to hold the ball and get the play settled and done.
Bring to the plate number 19, Toby Delk, in his first plate appearance tonight. Toby came in as a runner in the previous inning, scored. So 1-1's the count. The runner at third base and one out. Ball's lifted in the air towards left field, but it's actually the third baseman. Dropped it. It was right on the line, but he was in foul territory, and the ball was, more importantly, was foul when he touched it.
When the ball handcuffed him. That ball handcuffed him, Rick, as it was coming down. He was sort of circling around the base runner. He had the base runner to contend with, and a little bit maybe the coach is there, third base itself, and the ball. So it was not an easy play.
So 1-2 now on Toby. Swung on and missed. Ball gets away. Throw down to first base. He's retired.
Another nice play by catcher Tristan Rucker. He did not hurry his throw to first. He looked the runner back to third, gave himself distance to make a nice throw to first base for the second out. Very nice play by the catcher. He's been very impressive.
And angle as well.
Absolutely, yeah. You don't want to hit the runner in the back.
So Josh Reed's going to come up now. He's grounded out to shortstop twice. Strike on the outside corner. Olivia Kleins has 4 more pitches, and she's going to be out of the game. She's going to reach her pitch limit. She's at 92 right now. Probably her last batter.
She's been a gamer, Rick. I'm very impressed. If she wants to move on and continue to pitch, I would strongly advise she develop some sort of an off-speed pitch. The second, third time through, you're seeing the same velocity and the ball being fairly flat. It becomes a situation batters are eager to see it again. And I think she's probably throwing about a mid-60s fastball, and they've been on it the last 2 times around the order. But again, very impressed with her ability to pitch.
Well, her demeanor's been great too. I mean, there's been some tough plays behind her, and she hasn't been frustrated, or at least shown it. I'm sure she is frustrated, but she hasn't shown it.
Right. That's a mark of a very mature player. That's one of the things we try to teach our pitchers. Whatever's going on, you have the same face, whether things are good or bad or indifferent. And she's done an excellent job of that.
Strike 3 is called. So we've played 4.5 innings in Livermore. Texas adds another run and extends their lead to 9-3. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, folks, we're back in Livermore for the bottom of the 5th inning. Leading off, number 3 hitter Ryan Shiflett.
Well, let's see what the Southeast can do. They've got the middle of the order up. Shiflett, Rucker, and Kleins. By definition, probably the 3 best hitters. See what they can do against Marcos Davila.
Strike on the outside corner.
Boy, Rick, as a coach, you love that. First pitch strike, you're up 6 runs, just keep pouring in the strikes.
Swing and a miss, strike 2, and Davila quickly ahead of Shiflett.
Outfield, median, deep. Again, Rick, we've seen a lot more balls in front of the outfielders than over them, although the Korean team teed off this afternoon on some hits.
Grounded to third base, cut off by the third baseman, throws to first. Good play by the third baseman, and there's the first out of the inning.
Christian Wiggins on that play, very nice play. In Little League, you make the routine plays, you win a lot of ball games. You throw 50 to 60% strikes, you win a lot of baseball games. Right now, the Southeast is doing that. They're playing a pretty much a flawless game at this point.
He's going to bring to the plate catcher Tristan Rucker. Rucker doubled and singled in this game. He's yet to be retired. Olivia Kleins is looming on deck.
The outfielders paying him a lot of respect. They're playing much deeper than they were on the previous batter. Ooh, big cut.
Big cut.
Wow.
What a great swing he's got.
That's a great first strike swing. That's what coaches love to see. There's no reason to hold back.
Strike 2.
Davila comes in with a curveball. We haven't seen many curveballs in this game, Rick.
No, we have not. Fought that off to stay alive. Good piece of hitting there by Rucker.
That's a good save. He gets to see another pitch. I would think we'll probably see that curveball again right here. There it is. Ooh, that was half a strike, Rick.
I don't know what he called there. Was that a strike or a ball that he called?
Well, he probably would have been more demonstrative if it was strike 3. So that was half a strike. 2-2 is the count.
Ball out. Count is full now. 1 out. Florida batting in the bottom of the 5th inning, trailing 9-3. Ball's lifted foul out of play to the right side.
And this is a good spot to throw that curve again. He's seen 2 fastballs in a row now.
again. Rucker's battling up there. And Davila throw pitches.
Now, Rick, the third base coach just gave the batter a sign. I don't know what kind of sign you can give on 3 and 2.
Get to first base sign. Foul
Ooh,
again.
right up, baby. Davila's throwing everything up there that he can. And Rucker's fighting everything off. This is a great battle.
Lifted back behind second base. That's
Ball
going to
down.
fall for a base hit. Good job of hitting by Rucker. It's just a pure hitter. That's his third hit of the night.
He's one of the better ball players in this tournament. I'm very impressed with him. Pitching the other night and is catching tonight. Looks like he's got a good attitude about him. We'll see if Kleins can get him around the bases.
Olivia walked in the first inning and singled in the third. She hasn't been retired yet. The ball outside, and the count is 1-0.
That's a nice slide step by Davila. Very quick release to the plate, not allowing the base runner to get a good secondary or a good jump for a potential stolen base.
Big swing and a miss on the outside corner. Good fastball. Rucker gets a good lead at first base. I doubt he's running though. Ball's lined foul. Count is 1-2.
I think Kleins wanted that one. That was inside, something she could turn on. He just missed it. You know, any base running being done now by the Southeast, you got to make sure you get to that next base. You can't afford to have any more runners picked off or thrown out.
Check swing. Good job of holding up by Olivia. Count is 2-2. Fouled off.
Ooh,
Good
she was
cut.
on that one.
She's got a great swing. She really does.
She's learned her craft well, as have a lot of these players.
She's so natural looking as a ball player here. That's just great. Swing and a miss.
Pitch.
Got her.
2-2 curveball. Nice pitch.
So she gets retired for the first time tonight. Brings to the plate Brandon Dames.
I tell you, Rick, seeing
Sorry.
those three or four fastballs and then coming back with that curveball, she hadn't seen the off-speed pitch, and she was way out in front of it. That was a great job of pitching by Davila.
My mistake. It's John Arancibia, first baseman, coming to the plate. Ball gets away. Throw down to second base. Airmailed into center field, but no advance by Rucker.
See, simple things like what just happened, Rick, with Andrew Prado in center field backing up that throw, not taking for granted that it's going to be a good throw or that his second baseman or shortstop are going to catch the ball. He was in there immediately. Very nice job. Little things like that you never see in the scorebook.
Another ball in the dirt. That gets away, and Rucker is going to advance to third, where he resides with 2 outs. And Arancibia enjoys a 2-0 count. Ball gets away again. Here comes
There's
the
a
runner,
run.
and he will score standing up. Ball just hit off the backstop and ricocheted all the way almost to first base. So 3 pitches, Rucker goes from first base to home. The Southeast picks up a run. They're trailing by 5. Still in this game, Ed.
Yeah, they need to get a crooked number up there, Rick, to get back in the game to make it a little bit more competitive. Not that it's not competitive at all, but here we go, another base runner.
Yeah, it seems like, anyways, tonight Florida hasn't been able to come up with a big hit when they need it, and they haven't been able to string a lot of stuff together.
Correct. Their offense has been spotty. They've scored in every inning except one, but they've scored just one run in each of those innings. Of course, the Southwest came up with that big 6 in the third, which is the difference in the game right now.
Yeah, Florida had opportunities in the first inning, and I think in the third inning as well, to put up way more than one run, and they weren't able to do it.
Yeah, that double play in the first inning may be the turning point of the whole game.
Strike.
I think every game you can look back, you can see a turning point, what the key play was, and that inability about the double play, which took them out of a potential big inning, which could have plated 3 or 4 more runs than just the one, may be the turning point of the game.
Lance Martin got his first appearance of the game today. Finds himself quickly down 0-2, however. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Florida picks up a run, but they're trailing 9-4. We played 5 complete innings in Livermore. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching for the Southeast.
All right, folks, we've reached the top of the 6th inning. A new pitcher, Sam Hawk, for Florida.
Dawson Bullard leading off the top of the 6th inning. Takes a good swing at the first pitch for foul ball for strike 1. Dawson spent the entire game behind the plate, and he's done a real nice job handling the Southwest pitching.
Ball's lifted into shallow right field. Second baseman makes a play on it. Retires it.
Good job by Chase Calloway there.
Going to bring Andrew Prado to the plate. Prado singled twice and scored.
Back to the top of the order. This is the 3rd time through for
Fourth.
Texas.
Fourth.
4th time through for Texas.
Ball's lifted into shallow left field. Left fielder's camping underneath that one. Makes the play.
Oh, nice play. Routine can of corn in left field. Good play by the left fielder.
Christian Wiggins is now going to come to the plate. Remember, Southwest only has 10 players, so they only have 1 substitution, and they already used it, so they don't have to really worry about subs too much. Hard to believe they're as successful as they are with only 10 players, huh?
Well, if everyone stays healthy and you have the right 10, it's a real advantage.
Lifted to the second baseman behind the back. Yeah, makes the catch right behind the mound. So that was a quick inning.
That's what they needed. That's the first time they've not given up any runs since the first inning.
All right, we'll be back in a minute going into the bottom of the 6th inning with Texas leading 9-4.
I can't.
Number 18, Eli Price.
All right, everybody, we're back in Livermore here for the bottom of the 6th inning. Texas leading Florida 9-4. Florida running out of outs. They're down to their last 6, in fact. Jeffrey Walker is going to lead off.
We've got a new pitcher on the mound, Rick, Eli Price.
Ah, Mr. Price.
He's arms and legs.
He is. We've seen him before. I believe in the first game he pitched a little bit.
Yep, tall, lanky kid. Southeast leading off with the 8-9-1 batters this inning. They're running out of time. They got 6 outs to go and 5 runs to pick up.
Lifted into shallow center field, and that's a base hit. Good job by Jeffrey Walker.
He could not have placed that any better between the center fielder and the shortstop.
Seen a ton of that this tournament. A lot of bloopers. Just over the infielder's head and in front of the outfielders. Ian Palomini is now coming to the plate. So Walker is on board with the leadoff. Single.
Palomini's going to try and turn this order over.
Strike on the outside corner. Big swing and a miss.
That was a good cut.
Yes, it was.
Outfield playing medium deep at this point. And Jeffrey Walker taking a cautious lead at first.
Ball outside.
You know, down 5 runs with the runner at first base. The base runners for the Southeast, you almost have to go station to station. You cannot afford to have another base runner thrown out. You only have 6 outs to go. You got to use every single one.
Yeah,
the best you can.
They're precious at this point. Monsereno, the third base umpire, is having a discussion with the third base coach.
Something may have been said either in the stands or the dugout, possibly the stands. And Sereno's taken charge of that.
So 2-2, nobody out. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good pitching by Eli Price. First out of the inning.
You know, Rick, this is a fun game, but it does get intense. and the parents want the best for their kids, and most of them are pretty good people, and even some of the ones that may say something here, they're good people. They want the best for their kids.
I'm not so sure that wasn't directed at the dugout, though. As he immediately went back into the dugout, the coach did and said something. Swing and a miss. Price, live it on the outside corner.
He's doing what you're supposed to do when you have a 5-run lead late in the game. You throw strikes. Don't nibble, just throw strikes.
Grounded foul.
He's just coming right at him.
Well, Sam Hawk's a really good hitter, and I think he's going to make an adjustment here, and he's going to probably try to drive this ball into right field. If Price continues to try to go outside, he's moved closer to the plate. Ripped.
A shot.
That might be over the center fielder's head.
It
It is. That's going to hit the wall. That's going to score. Maybe not. Maybe not. Nope. They're held up. Second and third. Once again, Sam Hawk. He's 4 for 4 in this game with 2 doubles and 2 singles, 2 RBIs.
What a great adjustment. He had the ball in the outside corner. He swung and missed. You're right, Rick. He scooted up 3 or 4 inches towards the plate, and the next pitch was right down the middle. He nailed it. Very impressive adjustment by a young player.
So that's going to bring to the plate Chase Calloway. Singleton walked in this game. Tries to lay down a bunt.
Just like the first inning. So
Quite
to get that bunt down to get him to first base.
Good bunter.
It's becoming a lost art, Rick. I tell you, teams do not practice defending bunts.
That's because nobody bunts.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Why defend it? You know, it never
see
shows
it.
up.
Yeah, he's got the third baseman and first baseman up close. He's done his job. He's made them move in. He can scoot the ball right by him. He can shoot one right by the first baseman, or maybe pull one by the third baseman. Now he's got the other team thinking, which is what you need to do.
Oh, crushed down the left field line, but foul. Well, you know, some of the changes that have been made here at this tournament, Ed, you know, may bring back some of that small ball philosophy that we've enjoyed over the years. I know you like it, and I do too.
Oh yeah.
Ball's hit down to third base. It
Oh, hits
off
the base.
guys. That's a fair ball. That's going to advance everybody. It's a base hit for Calloway.
He could not have hit that in a more perfect spot. It looked like the third baseman was going to have a play, maybe have a play at first, although Calloway was hustling down the first baseline, but as soon as it hit that base, it went exactly the opposite way the third baseman was coming. Now we got first and third, 1 out. We got the number 3 batter, Ryan Shiflett, up at the plate.
Tristan Rucker looming large and on deck. Shiflett gets on. They're going to bring the tying run to the plate, and Rucker. How about that?
Sometimes it's not how hard you hit him, Rick, but where you hit him, and that was perfectly placed. And we're going to have the coach is going to come out and talk to everybody. Going to try to slow things down here. I think this is a great move by the coach. Things are moving pretty fast here. You just had a play that happened that was not in your favor, but that's okay. That's baseball. Go out and talk to the boys. Make sure they're calm. Just relax. Guys, we're in a good position right now. We're not behind by 4 runs. We're ahead by 4. Let's play the game and get out of this inning.
I'll tell you what, it's gotten the Florida folks in the game.
Yeah, it's getting louder. It's interesting how just a handful of people can make so much noise, Rick. It's awesome.
Especially if you put a microphone right next to him.
That's right.
Ball's
Base
lifted.
hit.
That's going to fall
Base
for a
hit.
hit. There's another base hit. And all of a sudden, in the person of Tristan Rucker, they have the tie and run at the plate.
Another perfectly placed base hit. You couldn't throw it there any better than Ryan Shiflett just hit the ball.
So the score now at 9-6. There's only 1 out in the inning, and we're in the bottom of the 6th inning. So this game has tightened up immensely. probably the best hitter. Besides Hawk. I mean, there's going to be arguments about that. But Rucker is he's not the best hitter on this team. He's right up there. This is the guy they want up there too. I can guarantee you that.
This is the one guy that could tie the game here.
He's yet to be retired in this game. He has a double and 2 singles.
Hurt himself. He's going to call him out. He bounced off the base. He bounced off the base. The runner slid into third. I think you heard his, I don't know if you heard his leg, but he bounced off the base. The third baseman applied the tag and he was called out.
We got time here. I'm not quite sure what's going on. He's not leaving the base.
Rick, I got to question the strategy of having your runners run. You've got your best hitter at the plate. You've got a 3-run deficit, and to have your runners run, and now they've lost another out on the bases late in the game. It looks like we're going to discuss it a little bit here.
I'm not quite sure what that was all about. You're not going to assume that the runners went on their own. It was a double steal, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were both going at it.
Definitely a play.
Yeah. And he bounced into third. He bounced in. I don't know if he hit his ankle, but those are breakaway bases. So in the old days, I would have said, oh, he hit his foot into the base and maybe jammed his ankle. But these bases are made to break away. So I don't know if he jammed his foot into the ground, but he hit the base and he bounced right back off it. The third baseman had the tag on him still, and the umpire called him out.
Yeah, we don't have. I mean, we're 75, 85 feet away. I'm definitely going to give Monsereno the benefit of the doubt. He was right there on it.
Yeah. I mean, had he hit the base and the base broken away, he would have been safe. Because once the base is broken away, the play's over. Usually these kind of situations, the umpires will discuss, and they, unless something's egregious, they probably won't change the play.
He's out.
He's out. That's a tough break.
Well, it's not
the Florida team.
It's not a back-breaking event, but it definitely hurts their chances at this point. Not only does it take one of the base runners away, it produces another out.
Oh, right, they're down to 4
they don't
outs
have
now.
enough of.
You got it.
So it is a tough break. But now there's a runner at second base. Ball's chopped to third base. Oh,
They got him.
Just a slow hit ball off the end of the bat. Had probably a ton of backspin on it. Got under the third baseman's glove, and then it got under the shortstop's glove, and that's going to be an infield hit for Tristan Rucker, and they have the bases loaded right now.
You got it, Rick. There would have been bases loaded with 1 out, with Kleins coming up, without the runner being thrown out of third base. But we can't play what if. We play what is. First and third, 2 outs. Olivia Kleins at bat.
The ball outside. Olivia looking for a base hit to knock in 7th run of the game for Florida. Come closer. She represents the tying run, by the way. Oh, got her. Now the bases are loaded. It's 2 outs, however. It's going to bring to the plate John Arancibia.
Now, Rick, now there's a lot of pressure on Eli Price and the catcher, Dawson Bullard, with a runner at third base and 2 outs. That runner at third base should be looking for a ball going into the dirt and be very aggressive on trying to score a run on a pass ball or wild pitch.
Yeah, everything changes when there's 2 outs. Ball gets by, but nobody advances. You got to make sure you make it, though.
Oh, yeah, you cannot make the Florida team cannot afford to have another runner thrown out of the base. They've lost an inning of outs this evening on runners being thrown out on the bases.
We've had 2 picked off at second, 1 stolen base, 1 caught stealing at third. And I believe they've had another runner or 2 caught stealing at second base as well.
Yeah.
We're going to have a pitching change. And we're going to go to the right fielder, it looks like. Eli Price is going to go head to right field. Not quite sure who the
Are they bringing? Oh wait, no. We're
number 1 is coming in. That's going to be Dax Patton's going to come in and try to close this inning out, if not the game. And we'll be back in just a minute after his warm-ups are complete.
Now pitching for the Southwest, number 1, Dax Patton.
All right, folks, we're back. This game tightened up and intensity has risen tremendously. It's 9-6 now. Bases are loaded. There are 2 outs, 1-0 count, and Dax Patton has come in to try to get them out of this jam. Ball is down, and the count is 2-0.
And Rick, remind me, has Dax Patton pitched?
I have not. No, I have not seen him.
Okay. This is the first time on the mound. What a position to come in. What a spot.
Ball's down, and it's 3-0. So I'm going to suggest, if I was the coach, to John Arancibia to not swing the bat here. Oh, got him. Ouch, 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 ouch. Arancibia takes one in the back. Tough boy. Didn't hurt, apparently.
I believe we batted around now. This is batter number 10 of the inning, Rick?
I believe so. Yes.
Maybe started with the number 7 batter.
That's right.
Here we go.
Big swing and a miss. James has got a good swing, too. He singled and scored his last time up.
Yeah, he saw a pitch he liked.
2 outs. Nubbed over to the third. That could be the end of the inning. Long throw to first. Got him. That's it. Florida tightens this game up tremendously, though. They've crept within 2 runs. We played 6 complete. Texas leads Florida 9-7. Stick around for an exciting finish, folks. All right, folks, we're back for the top of the 7th inning here. If there was ever a need for a shutdown inning for Florida, it would be this one.
And we'll see what Sam Hawk can do about that.
High and tight.
Southwest comes up in the top of the 7th with their number 3, 4, and 5 batters leading off the inning.
They went down quietly in the 6th, and that's lifted into center field. That's a base hit. Ball gets by.
He'll take 3 on that one. Oh, just 2. He'll hold him. I thought that ball was going to roll to the fence.
It was a tough play for the center fielder. He was trying to come up and make a play, but it got under him. The hard hit ball. It's a double. And that's going to bring to the plate Jake Cunningham. Cunningham's had a big night. He's singled twice, walked, and scored 3 runs.
I would not give him much of anything to hit. I wouldn't mind walking him if I was the Southeast team. But then you have to deal with Dax Patton after that.
Ball gets away into center field. Not far enough away to give Martinez any opportunity to take third.
So the Southwest is set up pretty well here. Man on second, nobody out. Probably their 2 best hitters coming up back to back.
Swing and a miss. This game been a game of a lot of peaks and valleys, huh, Ed?
Oh yeah, and the what ifs.
Right?
What ifs, what ifs, what ifs. So I think both coaches, regardless who wins the game, they're going to go back and say, oh, what if? What if?
Swing and a miss.
And the
Count is 1 and 2.
The good news, Rick, is that both these teams are going to play at least one more game. One will move directly on to the U.S. Championship on Saturday at 5. The other one will play tomorrow night here at 6 o'clock against the local Livermore team.
Good strikeout there by Hawk. First time Cunningham's been retired all night. It's going to bring Dax Patton to the plate.
There may not have been a bigger out in the game for the Southeast than that strikeout right there.
But right after Cunningham comes another really good hitter. For the second.
Another close play at second base. There have been several this evening.
Florida's not pleased with that call. They thought they had him.
I'm glad I'm up here, Rick, and not down there.
The ball.
It's real, folks that are watching online, this is wonderful. You hear the enthusiasm of the fans on both sides right now. And for the number of people who are here, they're making a lot of noise. It's great.
Strike, outside corner, count even at 1-1.
Both sides are trying to will their boys and girls to come through and win this ball game. This is Little League at its best, ladies and gentlemen.
Big swing and a miss again. Sam Hawk is dealing right now. He's offering pitches that are even fooling the best hitters here for Texas. He's ahead in the count 1-2. Looking for a strikeout here, setting up outside. Strike 3.
Oh, he hit his
Got him.
spot.
Beautiful pitch by Hawk.
That was a pitcher's strike, but he hit the catcher's glove. Catcher did not move the glove. One plate umpire called it strike 3.
Davila's up now. Big comeback by Hawk.
Again, Rick, the infielders, or second baseman and shortstop, are paying way too much attention to the base runner. There's 2 outs. You get the batter, the base runner is not going to score. Nice pitch. Dude.
Hawk's in there dealing right now.
Yeah, he's seen that with that outside pitch. He's moving out a little bit more. Now the batter's now crept up to the plate. He's crowded the plate. Little cat and mouse game going.
Counts 2-1 right now. High strike again. It looks to me, it's hard to tell from up here, but it looks to me like he's throwing that high fastball across the letters, and they're unwilling to let it go by.
Yeah, I've seen nothing but fastballs here, and he's just spotting it quite well. That one was up.
Lifted foul out of play behind us. Count remains 2-2. There's 2 outs. Runner at second base.
Rick, I can guarantee one thing: these kids are going to remember this game for a long, long time.
Yep. Strike 3.
Got him.
Oh, that's a big lift for Florida.
Wow.
They run off the field with more energy than I've seen all night. They're trailing by 2 runs. They're down to their last 3 outs, trailing 9-7. Back in a minute. All right, we're back in Livermore for the bottom of the 7th inning. Leading off is going to be Jeffrey Walker.
And Rick, we've got a new pitcher on the mound for the Southwest, Jake Cunningham, number 12. See if he can come in and close it out.
Ball's up. Count is 1-0.
Yeah, if you are the Southeast, I would assume they're going to take a strike. They need base runners. They need to get one base runner on to bring the tying run to the plate. So I assume they're taking a strike.
Strike. There it is, 1-1.
Now Walker becomes a hitter. Do whatever he can to get on base.
Grounded.
Here you go.
Fair down the left field line. That's going to be a base hit. Jeffrey Walker comes through again. He had a big hit last inning.
What a nice piece of hitting. That was beautiful.
Well, I remember Ed talking to these guys when they arrived on Friday in the hotel, and I went over some of the regional action that they had, and I mentioned to them that they lost their first game in the regional, and their backs were against the wall the rest of the tournament. One more loss, they would have been eliminated, and they went 4-0 the rest of the way. So they learned how to battle back from adversity, and they're showing it tonight.
And the only way you learn that, Rick, is doing it.
Yep.
Doing it. Everybody's, oh my God, we lost. It's okay to lose one game in a tournament like this. You have to depend upon your players' ability to come back.
When you could draw off some experience, it helps too. Olabini's up. Now he's the number 9 hitter. He struck out his last time at bat.
And Rick, he just squared the bunt. I don't know if he's squaring to take a strike or if he's actually going to bunt. I would think they would not give up an out.
A strike.
There we go. He's just showing bunt to take the.
Trying to distract the pitcher
strike.
into throwing balls, I think, huh?
You got it.
Counts 1-1 now. I'm swinging away probably right now. Strike on the outside corner. Count now is 1-2. Southeast just wants to get their meat of their order up at this point.
You got it. They're trying to get that order turned over.
Ball's outside. Cunningham. Very intense out there, isn't he?
Yeah, he's working quick too.
He's fired up. He knows what's at stake here. Ticket to the U.S. Championship game on Saturday? You kidding me?
Yeah. The 3 outs away.
Boy, what could have been if things went a little differently in this game, though. Really. Grounded to second
Could
base.
be 2.
Second, oh, he bobbles it.
Oh, he got 1.
Got 1.
Boy, that could have been 2.
Struggled to get it out of his glove a little bit, but
yeah, that was our good buddy Dax Patton. Couldn't quite get it out, but he took his time, stopped, made a good strong throw, got a good grip on the ball, made sure he got the 1 out, which is most importantly. You can't get a double play until you get that first out. I know that sounds simple, but you got to get that first out on that play, and he did a really nice job.
Sam Hawk steps in. He's 4 for 4 with 2 doubles and 2 singles. Big swing and a miss. He's yet to be retired.
Just as he had these guys swinging at high strikes, high pitches last inning, he just did the same thing.
Strike 2. He didn't like that call. Now Sam's in the hole, 0-2.
Choke it up and shoot it to right. Jay Cunningham trying to take advantage of a potentially wide strike zone. And that ball's just a little bit too wide.
Here's the 1-2 pitch on its way. All outside. Count is 2-2.
The game gets a little bit more tense on every pitch, Rick. This is fun.
Ripped
nice
into
shot.
right field. That's gonna fall.
Ball down, ball by him.
Ball gets by him. Might score. That's definitely gonna score 1 run. Hawks on his way to third base. He's gonna stay at third.
Oh, we got a ball game, Rick.
Now we got the tying run at third base with less than 2 outs. What a piece of hitting by Sam Hawk. He was so frustrated with the 1 call, and then he lined a ball in between center field and right field. Center fielder made a great effort at it. Dove for it. It got by him. Went to the wall. Runner from first base, Walker, scored. And Hawk ends up at third base with a triple.
Now we got their best bunter up. Here's the young man who made the bunt the first inning. Will they try a squeeze bunt just to get the game tied? We'll see. He could push a bunt up the first baseline. Now they're starting to move in a little bit. He was thinking of it. He squared, pulled it back for ball 1.
Callaway's has 2 hits and walk tonight. He hasn't been retired.
They're not holding Sam Hawk on at third base.
Well, he went around there.
He's trying to push the ball hard up the first baseline.
What a weapon to have right now at the plate. A guy that can bunt. It's completely confused. What Texas has no idea what he's going to do.
Yeah.
He
There you
busts
go.
up the first baseline. That's gonna tie the ball game.
Tie game, Rick.
What a great play.
Sam Hawk had an excellent jump. As soon as that ball was down, he was off to the races.
Amazingly, Florida has come back and tied this game.
Yep.
Amazingly.
That's why we play all 7 innings, Rick. We don't stop at 5 or 6. We play all 7. The beauty of baseball, each team has the same chance to win. Each team has 21 outs. And now they're up with their 3, 4, and 5 batters. Bases are clear. We got 2 outs, and Ryan Shiflett up to the plate.
If Shiflett can get on, then the real meat of the order comes up. Rucker comes up. Kleins comes up. They're in business here. What a ball game. Incredible.
I hope nobody that's listening to us went to bed too soon or too early. I know we realize it's after 11:30 back east, and we may have lost some of them, but this has been one heck of a ball game, ladies and gentlemen.
1-0 pitch to Shiflett. To strike.
And the batters from the southeast have been a little concerned about maybe some low pitches being called strikes, but the home plate umpire has been very consistent from this vantage point.
Strike on the outside corner.
And the same with that pitch there, Rick. It's a little bit off the plate, but he's been calling out strikes all night. If you're a batter, you need to move up to the plate and shoot that ball to right field.
Shiflett's down 1-2 now. Ripped at shortstop.
Nice hit.
It's the end of the inning.
What a game, Rick. This is awesome.
So Florida comes back with 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th and ties the game. We're going to head into extra innings here, folks. Tied at 9-9.
Southeast 9. Folks, we will.
All right, folks, we're back at Livermore for extra baseball. In the top of the 8th inning, tied 9-9. Huge ball game here. A lot on the line here tonight.
And we got a new pitcher on the mound, Rick, for the Southeast. That's Ryan Shiflett, coming in from shortstop to take over the pitching chores in the top of the 8th inning.
Eli Price is up, bottom of the order. 7, 8, and 9 coming up for Texas.
I tell you, Rick, by far this is the best game we've had all week. Game number 16. We've waited for this kind of game. We finally got one. This has been terrific.
Fouled off. Well, it hasn't been the cleanest of games. There's been a lot of mistakes and things that it's going to drive coaches wild when they go back and review this. But as far as excitement goes, I agree with you.
Oh, yeah. This is a nonpartisan fan. This has been wonderful.
Yeah. Swing and a miss.
Nice pitch. Off-speed ball in the dirt. Nice pitch.
It's safe to say the Florida side of the field is fired up.
They are excited.
They really are, man. They're going nuts. It's going to bring to the plate Josh Reed.
And our technician just told us we have over 700 people tuned in to us tonight.
Swing and a miss.
And that's a credit to a lot of you folks, you wonderful folks who are in the Midwest and Eastern time zones, where it's either quarter to 11 or quarter to 12 right now.
Counts 2-1 now to Reed. Trying to get on base.
Well, they're playing with real respect in the outfield. The outfielders are quite deep all around.
Lifted towards left field line. That's going to be a fair ball.
Ball down.
Ball down, fair. And that's a base hit for Josh Reed. Long run for the left fielder.
Yeah, that's Brandon Dames over there. He had a long run. It actually looked like it was going to curve foul, and the ball stayed fair, and he overran the ball. And the ball fell in for a base hit.
Dawson Bullard's going to come to the plate. And Andrew Prado, top of the order, looms on deck. Toby Delk comes in and runs.
This time out on the field as the left field umpire is talking to the
Coach.
manager of the Southeast team about something. And it's been resolved, and we're going to get play resuming real quick. Pitch.
Strike.
Again, the outfielder is playing quite deep. This may be the defense to negate doubles. You got to give the Southwest credit. That was a hit and run on an 0-1 pitch. And Dawson Bullard fouled it off. He's down now 0-2. Going again.
Swing and a miss. Go down to first.
And the catcher did not have to throw to first on that. With the runner first base being occupied, the batter was automatically out. And you've got to know those kinds of things if you're a catcher, because if you made a bad throw there, that could have cost them another base or even a run in this very, very tight ball game.
So now there's 2 outs. That brings to the top of the order up Andrew Prado. Comes to the plate.
Shiflett continues to pour in the strikes.
Ball outside.
A little curveball went around the plate.
Good pitch. So the go-ahead runs at second base. The leadoff hitter.
Oh,
Deep to right field. Ball is way back.
He's got it.
Under
He's
it.
got it.
it.
Right before in front of the warning track. That ball was hit well, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a long out. So now we're going to the bottom of the 8th inning, and if Florida with a run will win the game. We'll be back in a minute, folks.
Folks, a Little League pin bag was left out behind the stadium here out by the restrooms. If the owner would come up to the announcer's booth and pick it up, we would be back.
All right, folks, we are in the bottom of the 8th inning now. Florida is going to bat with a chance to end the game.
Jake Cunningham continues on the mound.
Kristen Rucker is going to lead off, followed by Olivia Kleins and John Arancibia. Rucker hasn't been retired. He has a double and 3 singles tonight.
Rick, this is great. Every inning now it gets louder and louder in the stands. This is a lot of fun. I know the team from Livermore is watching, and they're hoping this game goes 15 innings.
The 1-0 on its way to Rucker. Misses outside. The count is 2-0.
Rucker's right up on the plate. This kid's a good ball player. He's a good batter. He's a good hitter.
Sitting on a 2-0 count.
Whoa.
Ripped foul down the right field line.
That's a good 2-0 swing right there. Don't hold back.
On the way. Ripped
that's
deep to
hit
left
deep.
field.
Over
It's
his
over the
head.
head. But the left fielder hits the wall. One hops the wall. Rucker's going to slide into second with a double. Just like that, Florida's in business.
Boy, Rick, if that was during the middle of the day, the nice warm sun, nice warm air out, I think that would have been out of here. That was hit very, very well.
Olivia Kleins is now the batter.
Now it's her job to get him over to third base. Ground ball to the right side, deep fly ball, whatever. Her job is to get Rucker over to third base.
Shortstop is holding Rucker as tight as possible at second. Big moment here for Miss Kleins. Opportunity to win the game and send her team into the U.S. Championship game on Saturday. Televised on ESPN, by the way. Strike on the outside corner. Rucker with not a big lead at second base. They've already had 2 runners picked off at second. They don't want to get a third one. Now he jumps secondary. Big swing and a miss by Olivia Klein.
Nice swing. Right here, Rick, she needs to choke up and make sure she gets that ball into play. She got to widen her strike zone, get that ball in play, not worrying about where it goes at this point.
She does indeed choke up. The 0-2.
There you go.
Hit ball to slowly hit to second base. Play is made. Out at first.
But she did her job.
Wow, she really hustled too. That was a very close play at second base. So she moves the runner over. Great piece of hitting on an 0-2 by Olivia Kleins. And that's going to bring to the plate number 10, John Arancibia.
This is a situation where the infield's in, but also the outfielders have to come in. Right now they're playing normal depth. If they catch a fly ball where they're at, they're not going to be able to throw the base runner out on a tag up at third base. So the outfielders need to come in about 20, 30 feet.
Arancibia has been on a couple of times. There's a bunt. They were going
Safety
for a
squeeze.
Safety squeeze.
My kind of baseball, Rick. I love it.
Yep.
He handled the bat quite well there too.
That's going to really get all kinds of thoughts into the Southwest psyche at this point.
Yep. If you're the Chicago Cubs manager, you'd probably have a 5th infielder in right now. Now they're holding the base runner on third.
0-1 coming. Squared the bunt again, but pulled back, and the count's 1-1.
Well, you got the first baseman, the pitcher. Looked like even the shortstop was charging on that. So even if he gets the bunt down, this is going to be a challenge to get that runner home from third.
Here comes the 1-1 on its way. Squares again, takes again. Ball 2-1, and boy, they're really crashing hard now.
But I got to tell you, Rucker at third base is doing an excellent job. He comes down in foul territory, but he goes back in fair, and as he's going back, his eyes do not come off the catcher. They do not come off the ball. He's doing a great job at third base.
It's not getting a huge lead. Throw back. So the bunt needs to go down the third base line, I can tell you that right now. If it goes to first base, they're probably going to get Rucker at the
Yeah,
plate.
you're right, Rick. He's not getting a very good jump. Well, let's see the secondary.
Well, but this is wide open over there. Oh, and
Foul ball.
he tries to go down third base, and he popped it up. That's really the only place that he could probably get away with this right now is down third base. So there's 2 strikes on him, however, and he's probably. No, I shouldn't say. They know better than me. I was gonna say he's probably hitting away, but you never know.
You never know, Rick.
2-2 the count, 1 out. Winning run at third base. Great ball game here. Chop foul.
Ooh.
That was almost a swinging bunt.
Yeah, that bubble's almost by him. That was a great save by him. He saved his at bat right there. That was a very nice pitch by Jay Cunningham there.
Brandon Dames on deck, hoping he can get a chance. Aaron Seavey doesn't end it right here. 2-2 the count. Here it is. Strike 3.
Running through one.
Okay, all right.
You know, Rick, on that bunt, though, it looked like he was trying to bunt and run rather than bunt just to get the bunt down and then run.
Right. It's going to bring to the plate Brandon Dames. Dames has a single and scored tonight. Base hit could win it, will win it here.
I would think you'll see some extremely aggressive base running on Rucker's part if there's anything in the dirt.
Well, they're not going to hold him on now. So he should get a good secondary. He squares the bunt. Now they don't know what to think. Nor do I.
Yeah. It's getting late, Rick.
Sure is. We've game 4 here,
Yeah,
Ed.
we've been here all day.
A lot of baseball. First and third are coming in. Short and second are staying back. Bunt.
There's a bunt down. Going to the catcher.
Oh,
Colin safe.
Safe.
Game's over.
Game's over. That's it. Florida comes back and wins it in dramatic fashion, 10-9. The crowd has gone crazy here.
What a ball game, folks. We have the first entrant into the U.S. Championship game. It's a Southeast team from Boynton Beach, Florida. What a ball game, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. Incredible. Folks, this was a classic tonight. A lot of peaks and valleys. There was a lot of things that went against Florida and then went against Southwest later on in the game. Just a classic ball game. So, like Ed said, these guys, Florida's going to be in the championship game on Saturday. Southwest needs to bounce back. They're not out of this tournament. They're going to play the host team tomorrow night. And I know they're not happy right now, but they got some work to do.
And Rick, this will be a game neither team will ever forget.
Yeah.
This has been a classic.
Yeah, this sure has.
Classic
So-
Little League baseball game with all the ups and downs and mistakes. And it happens. It's baseball. And ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. Congratulations to the team from Florida, and best wishes to the team from Texas in their game tomorrow with the local team. The matinee game is 6 p.m. tomorrow night.
Yeah, so we got 2 consolation games tomorrow. First 9 o'clock and 12 o'clock. We've got some U.S. bracket versus international bracket games. And then we've got the international semifinal game, which will have Puerto Rico versus Mexico, and then the U.S. semifinal game, which is going to be, again, Texas against the host team, District 57. So thanks for joining us tonight. I hope you enjoyed tonight's game. Talk to you tomorrow, folks.
Good night now.